right, good morning and welcome to day 198 on the AT. My name is Mosey and this is Rissaroams. We are leaving Goddard shelter. It's about 8:45 and I had hoped to get moving by 8, but that didn't happen. It was very cold. I will insert some clips telling you how my evening and morning have gone. Well, that was definitely in the top 5 worst nights of sleep I've had on trail. Not the worst, but it's up there. It was cold. I didn't fall asleep until 9 because I just couldn't get like my thighs and my butt to warm up, and then finally fell asleep. Only slept maybe 4 hours last night. Yeah, it was cold. I just kept laying there thinking how I wish I'd hiked further. I wish I'd pitched my tent. I don't know if it would have made a difference, but it was cold. There's frost, fresh frost on the ground this morning. And yeah, my nose was frozen. Different parts of my body like just took turns being cold. Luckily, my whole body wasn't ever cold. It was like maybe my arms or my feet or my butt, but yeah. I'm struggling to get moving this morning because I just started getting warm, you know, as the sun was rising. And so now I don't want to move. But when I move, I will be warm. So gotta do that. All right. So I just looked at the weather, like what the temperature is in the nearest town. It's currently 28 degrees there, and I am 2,300 feet higher than that town's elevation, I believe. So it's really cold. I'm looking forward to these warmer days coming, guys. I went to go wipe the condensation off my lid after making coffee, and it's already frozen, guys. It's already frozen. And one of my water bottles is frozen. Only one, though. Wild. So yeah, everything's frozen today. My pack cover was frozen. My pants were frozen because they were wet on the bottom. And my shoes are frozen. Like the tongue of my of my shoes will not bend. Like it's stiff. So yeah, I'm pretty sure last night was my coldest night temperature-wise. I will say I don't think it was my most uncomfortable night. I think that was Bly Gap right after I crossed into North Carolina. But definitely colder temperature last night. Just thankfully not windy. But yeah, so didn't get a lot of sleep. Getting a late start. Let's see how the day goes. But it's supposed to get up to, I think, 57. And it's sunny, and starting tomorrow it's going to be in the 60s or 70s every day for the next like 10 days. So looking forward to that. All right, well, I think this would have been the tent site that I would have been at last night if I'd pushed on. It might have been a nice one. There's definitely not as much frost here as there was up at the shelter, but it is what it is. Checked that out. Now back on trail. Well, so far today the trail has been much easier to manage. There's ice, but it's not quite so slick. I will say this morning it was, especially up by the shelter. All the roots were frozen over and I slipped a time or two, but I was okay. But it's been pretty smooth since then. Hope it holds out. Got more miles to do today. We got a later start, so we're gonna be pushing sunset. All right, it's about 12 12:30, taking a lunch break here at Hell Hollow Brook. It ended up being a beautiful sunny day. So, all right, leaving lunch. Got 7.5 miles to the shelter I was planning on going to today. And I have to go there because that's where the next water source is, other than I just filled up here. There is water by the road, but I'd rather just get it here. So I've been moving about 1.5 miles an hour, which means I will probably be getting to the shelter right around sunset. So yeah, I should have woke up and got moving this morning. It was really hard. And packing took so long because I'd pack one thing and then my hands would be numb and I would have to stop and warm them up and then pack something else, and just repeated that for a while. I have gloves, but they're really bulky and I can't really do anything while I'm wearing them. So may have to find a smaller pair. All right, just coming up on Split Rock, so. Ooh, the descent down to Route 9 after Split Rock is a beast. It is steep and it's rock steps, but they're not great rock steps. I hope that the climb up on the other side is not the same. One thing I can say about Vermont is they know how to do a bridge. Well, it does look steep and there are rock stairs, but they look like much better rock stairs. I'm pretty sure that I can say the climb down and up from Route 9 is more difficult than any mountain I've climbed in Vermont so far. Glastonbury, Bromley, Stratton, Killington. Not that bad. Climbing up from Route 9. Holy crap. Also, when I said there was no water between the brook I had lunch at and the shelter, I was wrong. There's been tons of water. Far Out just doesn't mention it. So, whew, this last mile to the shelter is taking a very long time. There's a lot of loose rocks and a lot of roots, and I'm having to watch my step. Be very careful. It is 5:08, so sundown is at 6:05, so I will make it before dark, but sun is setting. All right, it is 6:42. Just finished eating dinner, brushing my teeth, pitched my tent while my dinner was rehydrating. This is the only time that I am sleeping in my tent in Vermont, so thank you once again, Pizza Bastard. Although I have missed my tent. It is cozy. But yeah, so I think we are getting a lot more use out of the headlamp in the coming weeks as it gets darker earlier and earlier. But ready for bed.